Hey, Shalom, giving all praises, acknowledgement, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah, Hakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that have taught us this truth, and they continue to teach us. And Shalom to our brothers doing this powerful and mighty works and hopes of salvation. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is, He exists, and Yahushai is the name of the beloved Son who the world would ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yahushai, meaning He, deliverer. But Hashem just means in the name. So the prophecies are going to force these people to acknowledge us as the prophets. When civil war happens, these people are going to be forced to acknowledge us as the prophets. When the economy collapses and spiral into chaos, and there's military all throughout America, quelling the insurrection, these people are going to force to acknowledge us as the prophets of the Most High. All right?
Insurrection. Okay, they're gonna send the National Guard in. They're gonna say there's an insurrection. Then they're gonna federalize the National Guard. Then they're gonna federalize and send the military into all of the Democratic places. And it's there you have your dictatorship. That's
context, very briefly, before we get to discussing some of the issues. Why is there a shutdown? For the first time that anyone can remember, what the Republicans are saying, we're not talking. It's our way or the highway. Take it or leave it. That's it. No discussion. And one of the key issues out there, what they don't want to talk about, is that if we were to just tomorrow go along with the Republican proposal, this is what happens to you. 15 million of you are going to lose your health insurance. Tens of thousands will die because they can't get to a doctor, can't afford prescription drugs. That's not all. Under what the Republicans are pushing, over 20 million people will see their health insurance premium.
And they say, we don't need him, freedom. He's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. As you
said, a lot of people saying we might like a dictator. You hear this guy speaking?
Chicago. And they say, we don't need him, freedom. He's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator.
They're like a dictator.
As you
your mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in. When you lose, look, I have an obligation. This isn't a political thing. I have an obligation. If the governor of Illinois would call me up, I would love to do it. Now, we're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it because I have an obligation to protect this country.
You hear what he said? He said we're going to do it anyway. So they're going to declare martial law. He is going to enact the Insurrection Act. And these people are going to come to find out that we are the prophets of the Most High. Ezekiel 33:30. Also, thou son of man, thy children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses. So Jake, always talking shit about the prophets. That Hebrew Israelite thing, those guys are idolaters. I seen a woman say we're into witchcraft or some shit. Oh, these guys are haters, they're extremists. It's just we have extreme faith. All right? And in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh. Yeah, you'll see Jake on the highways and byways. They'll stop by, they'll listen. And they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love. Oh man, I respect what y'all doing. You know, much love to y'all. God bless y'all. But their heart goeth after their covetousness. So yeah, their mind is not towards the Most High. Their mind is towards their self and their own desires in this world. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that had a pleasant voice. So Jake hear us and they like how we speak, how we bring out information. You know, some Jakes like certain brothers for entertainment. So we're liking unto them as a very lovely song. We got all this information, you know. And can play well on an instrument. So we sound like something you would want to listen to, you know. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. Oh man, the Hebrew Israelite, they always going into some shit. They always, know how to bring it out, But they're not gonna do anything that we're saying. We'll tell our people, don't trust your enemy. We tell our people that the so-called white man is the devil. And Jake, go befriend Esau, go vote for an Edomite ruler. They don't listen to anything that we have to say. And that's why the Lord said he's going to send the Assyrians against a hypocritical nation. And that's our people, bunch of hypocrites. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. So everything that we have been bringing out will come to pass. And all the prophecies that we prophesy about week in and week out, Jacob's trouble, the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans being hunted down by the United States government, that will come to pass. All right? Famine, shortage of food, that will come to pass. Civil war, that's on the verge of happening. All right? Economic collapse, that's on the verge of happening. No jobs, that's happening right now. All right? Complete collapse of American society, that is happening right now. Martial law, we speak of that, that's going to happen. It's biblical. So lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So the times that's coming, the prophecies, it's going to force these people to acknowledge that we are the prophets of the Most High. All right? They gonna know that a prophet had been among them. Oh shit, them guys said this would happen. He sound crazy as fuck, but that happened. That's happening. So these people going to find out that we are the prophets. And it's going to make us famous. All right? Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gathered her that was driven out. And right now we're being gathered through the word before the actual extraction. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. So that fame is coming. All right? Eventually, the Lord is going to give us our shine. All right? These celebrities and all these profound people that everyone knows about, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and stars, popular streamers, they're when society collapses and when prophecies are popping off the page, we gonna get our shine. All right? We gonna get fame, man. It's not like we want to get famous, but the Most High is gonna give us our shine. And not our shine because we got good, we got good qualities, or because of our personalities. No, it's because we're servants of the Most High. We're the prophets. Just like Jeremiah. When the king ordered for them not to touch Jeremiah because they heard about him. So yeah, man. The Most High is going to give us that fame. It says, Shem, reputation, glory. Yeah, people going to talk about us. Man, I used to hoop with that guy. I used to work with that guy. He was a prophet. That guy was cool, man. I used to say, what's up with him? They're going to be like, I couldn't believe we used to be at the same gym together. We used to work together. We used to, catch a bus together, catch a train together. Yeah, the prophet's going to be more famous than Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, because these are men that are famous in the heaven. Jeremiah chapter 28:9. The prophet which prophesied of peace. Jeremiah 29:7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So we're doing the same thing. We're talking bad about what's going to happen to America. All right, we're talking bad about what's going to happen to all these countries that think they got next to rule. We're talking about Civil War, World War III. We're talking about Jacob's trouble, race wars. These Edomites, the so-called white man, doing ethnic cleansing throughout America, and that's going to be Jacob's trouble. And of pestilence, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. So it's all about what happens when the prophecy come. And a lot of these false prophets, they're the prophets that prophesy of peace. Oh, everything's gonna be all right. Blessings, God always loves. We rebuke war. We rebuke. You know how these Christians be. So what we're saying is coming to pass. So that means we're truly sent from the Lord. So it says NLT, so a prophet who predicts peace must show he is right. And that's what the point of the video, These prophecies are going to force these people to acknowledge that we're the prophets. It's going to be like, damn, you're right. Only when his prediction comes true can we know that he is really from the Lord. And these people are going to be like, oh, we've been in the midst of a prophet. Romans chapter 10 and 18, but I say, have they not heard? These people heard about the Hebrew Israelites. All right? They have heard this word on the internet. They might not have understand it, but they have heard. They might not have understand what it's all about, but they have heard the word of the Lord. Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the earth. That means the internet took all our videos and cast it globally. For all I could know, someone from South Africa could be watching my video. So this gospel has reached to the four corners of the earth, man. That means the end is coming. Alright, but these people all have heard. And they're going to find out that we're right. Then they're going to be forced to admit that we are the prophets. But and guess what? That's when they're going to want to hear from the prophets. But it's going to be what? Too late. Amos chapter 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So that means no more YouTube upload, no more street preaching. That means we're going to become, what is the word? Man, we're going to become unreachable. Not going to be able to contact us. Not going to be able to have information on us. So the famine of the word, man. And they shall wander from sea to sea. Yeah, not gonna be able to get in touch with us. That's it right there. And from the north even to the sea. So see how serious people gonna be hunting down the words of the Lord by the mouth of the prophets. That means these people are gonna finally acknowledge that we are the prophets. And they're gonna chase us down. Literally, it says from the north, even to the east. People gonna travel across states. They're gonna be desperate. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And if you're not finding a word, that means you ain't gonna find us. Because we're the one going into these scriptures, breaking it down. Of course, everybody gonna still have a Bible somewhere. But how the fuck you gonna learn? Unless you got a teacher. So the Most High gonna remove us from teaching and from speaking. And we just gonna keep our mouth closed and be moving on faith out here. So, yeah, man. It says, the 13th verse, in that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. So it's that bad where the young generation, the worst fucking generation ever, right now, Generation Z, the weirdos be on TikTok and making funny, goofy videos. I mean, we be on TikTok looking at shit, but like the ones that be making dumb, goofy videos, the ones that be trying to figure out who they are, the ones that are experimenting in school and shit, they're gonna seek the word of the Lord. They're gonna seek out the prophets as well. But nope. It's gonna be over for you Jakes, man. That means the Most High don't want no one else. The doors of mercies is closed. But yeah, Lord willing, satisfying to the point, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Esha.